Can the police search your car without a warrant? Most people think that the answer is no, but that's not entirely true. There are several exceptions that allow the police to search your vehicle without needing a warrant. And if you don't understand these rules, you could accidentally give up your rights. Let me walk you through exactly when the police can and cannot search your car, and what you should say if you're ever in this situation. Hi, everyone. I'm Joel Chorny, a criminal defense attorney here in Tucson, Arizona. If you've been pulled over or had your vehicle searched, or if you just want to know your rights, this video is for you. But first, a quick disclaimer. This video is for informational purposes only. It is not legal advice, and watching it doesn't create an attorney-client relationship. I'm only licensed to practice law in Arizona. So if you need help with a case outside of Arizona, you'll need to contact a lawyer in your jurisdiction. But if you've got a legal issue in Arizona, my information is in the description below, and as you can see, phone number and email. Let's start with the most common scenario, consent. If the police ask, "Do you mind if I search your vehicle?" and you say yes, that's it. They don't have to get a warrant anymore because you just gave them permission to search your vehicle. But here's the problem. Police are trained to sound casual when they ask. It might feel like a normal conversation, but it's anything other than that. If you give consent, you've waived your Fourth Amendment protection against unreasonable searches and seizures. So don't do that. They'll make it seem like you are not in a position to say no, and that's false. If they're asking, it's because you have the right to say no. And even if they're not asking, you might still have the right to say no. So here's what you should say instead. Politely respond, "Officer, I do not consent to any searches." That's your right, and you have every reason to use it. Now, even if you don't give consent, the police can still search your car if they have what's called probable cause. Probable cause means that the officer reasonably believes that there's evidence of a crime in your vehicle. For example, if they smell marijuana and you look underage, that would give them a reason to search for marijuana. Similarly, if they smell alcohol, that would give them a reason to search to see if you have any open containers under suspicion of DUI. If they see drug paraphernalia or weapons in plain view, they can reach into your car and get those. And if you say something suspicious that raises red flags, they might be able to develop probable cause to search your car. The key here is that it's the officer's judgment, and that's why it's so important to remain calm and avoid giving them anything extra to justify their claim that they have probable cause. Next is a search incident to arrest. If you're arrested, even for something unrelated to your car, the police can search your vehicle for evidence related to that arrest. Let's say that you're arrested for a DUI. If the police can search then the police can search your car for open containers, drugs, or other evidence tied to impaired driving. This is a well-established exception, but the scope of the search has to be connected to the reason for the arrest. They might also be able to search within what's called the wingspan of the driver or occupant. They could be looking for weapons or other contraband that was immediately within the control of the person at the time that they were being arrested. Then there's the plain view exception, and this one trips people up a lot. If an officer sees illegal items in your car, like drugs, weapons, or stolen property, they don't need a warrant to seize it. An example of this would be that if you have a bag of marijuana sitting on the passenger seat, that's fair game. Even if you didn't consent to the search, the fact that it was in plain view makes it admissible, and the officers reaching into your car to grab it is not going to lead to the exclusion of that evidence in your subsequent prosecution. Another big exception to the warrant requirement is exigent circumstances. What this means is that the officer reasonably believes that waiting for a warrant could result in the destruction of evidence or create a dangerous situation. So, for example, if you get pulled over and the officer sees you trying to hide or destroy evidence, they can search your car without a warrant because of the urgency of the situation, exigent circumstances. And finally, we have the granddaddy of them all, the automobile exception. And this is why vehicle searches are so different from searches of your home. The courts have ruled that you have a lower expectation of privacy in your car because it's mobile and exposed to public view. That gives police greater leeway to search your car based on probable cause, but not without limits. And this is why it's so important to avoid saying anything that gives them more justification. So here's how you protect yourself. If the police ask to search your car, politely refuse. Say something like, "Officer, I do not consent to any searches." Don't answer questions about where you've been, what you've had to drink, or anything about what's in your car. If they search your car anyway, stay calm. Don't argue or resist. Let your attorney handle it in court later. I tell my clients all the time, silence is power. Use it. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. If you've had a situation where the police searched your car, drop a comment. I'd love to hear about it. And if you're facing a criminal charge in Arizona, whether it's a DUI, drug possession, or something more serious, call my office. The earlier you get legal help, the better your chances of a successful outcome. I'm Joel Chorny. Your rights matter. Protect them. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.